Hello, saxophonists. I want to give a quick shout out to Jay Metcalf of Better Sax and Dave Good of Dave's Good Sax, I think. I'll put links to the two videos that I watched that they did, basically about tone. Because like them, they're up here, I'm way down here as far as like subscribers and folks, and really they're in for it for a different reason than I am. But I love saxophonists. I love talking to them, and we all appreciate great sound. I think it was Coltrane who said, hey, let's face it, we would all sound like Getz if we could, Stan Getz. And so a lot of people ask me about my tone, how do you do it? I asked Phil Woods in person on my 20th birthday, how do you get that sound? You know, he just smiled like we all do. But they have great advice in their videos, and they are a lot slicker at putting it all together and saying it than I could be. However, what I talk to my students about is that I was blessed to have this curse as a youngster of being sort of exacerbated and is that the right word? Exasperated, actually, for me. And having an ideal sax sound. It was kind of a combination of, believe it or not, Phil Woods, Art Pepper, when I got a little older, but you know, singing through the saxophone. I listened to a lot of Sinatra. And when I finally heard a saxophone live and in person up close, it resonated with me. And I have a sort of a picture that I try to attain in my head. It's a weird thing to say, but I don't know how else to say it. That's why I encourage you to go watch the two videos that I linked here from Dave and Jay. But I try to tell my students these stories and say, you know, have an ideal. If you like Brecker and you want to sound like that, it doesn't matter the mouthpiece, it doesn't matter the reed, what matters is time on the saxophone. Time. Right? If you're cramming for a test, it's not going to happen. You might get lucky one test, but over the course of time, it's a crude time with the thing in your hands and in your mouth. Okay? They talk about long tones and different exercises and maybe some mouthpieces, and you might hear all this input. There's a crap ton of stuff out there to listen to. My best advice is if you hear something you like, listen to it a lot, try to sound like it. That's it. You know, just like if you heard a rhythm and you were trying to tap that rhythm. I learned Wipeout when I was like 10, right? We all did, right? If you have a sense of time and rhythm, you could work on it a few hours and get it. Another little thing that I can do is sort of sleight of hand. But the first 27 times I tried it, nothing. You know, about the 30th time it starts to look like I actually made a coin disappear. And now I do it just for kicks, you know, and it looks really slick. But it's practice. I mean, it's a dirty word, but we all have to do it. I don't want to get too long here. It's already been 3 minutes. I know this isn't a slick video, and I'm not telling you anything new, but I will say, if you have a sound in your head, if you're a saxophone player and you're trying to attain that sound, you just keep chiseling away like Michelangelo and the Pietà. It was a bad chunk of marble that no one wanted to work with, and he said, I'll take it on, and he created a masterpiece. So the best advice is keep on practicing, have an idea. The other thing that I liked about both of these videos, especially Dave's, was talking about air. You need air. I tell my students, if I asked you to run around this building, come back and play, you would not be going like this. You would be breathing, right? We need air to support a wonderful tone. And, I think Dave has Dexter Gordon, or maybe Jay has Stan Getz in their videos that when they talk about this, you know. And you can see them breathe. They support a wonderful tone, both of those players. But you know who else supported a great tone? Is Paul Desmond. And maybe even more than the other guys, because he hardly ever played loud or fast, really. But he played beautifully, and he supported his sound with lots of air. So you can use lots of air and still play quietly. Anyway, that's it. Keep practicing your saxophones. It's too long to get in here already, but I had an incredible last week or so. My sister surprised me from Florida, and I had a show that was beautiful. I got treated with a bunch of wonderful prizes and treats this weekend. I am very spoiled, very lucky, and my wife, Lady Sax, is quick to point out that no, you are blessed. So, without further ado, here is These Foolish Things with a nice, pretty sound.